It's the Black Friday show. Your man BJ Joyce once again. You know, we got to do the thing on Facebook. For my YouTubers out there, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Really appreciate that. And then share and like the video. We want to make sure that this goes out to as many people as possible and that they can participate in these conversations and be a part of building Black. So, give me just a few more seconds. We're just putting it in the Facebook Colorado Black Owned and Operated Business Group, where we got 33,000 plus people in that group looking to find and buy from Black owned businesses all over the state of Colorado. And we are there. Let's just get it out to everyone because why? Because we want everyone to be a part of this. Duh. So here we go, everyone. And come on, Facebook. Work with me, Mark Zuckerberg. Cool. We are live in the Facebook group now. So welcome to the Black Friday show. I have a special guest on today. It's going to be awesome. We have Executive Director of B.E.S.T, which is Black Economic Success Trust, Carla Ladd. Carla, what's up? How you doing this morning?
Hey, hi. Hey, BJ. I'm well this morning. Still trying to get my morning voice going, but I'm good. I'm good this morning. How are you?
I'm good. It's Friday. The sun is shining out there. It's going to be a
Yes.
little warm so we can get outside, enjoy it a little bit, thaw out. We're getting closer to summer. So that's always a good thing. And we're also getting closer and closer to when the Black Economic Success Trust Summit and the Blackout Experience is going to be happening in June. So I did want to bring you on, talk a little bit about that. But before we do, could you really just tell us what is the Black Economic Success Trust? How did it start? What is it that it's doing? And then, just kind of go from there, like what you're doing right now this year too.
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you, BJ, for having me on this morning and for what you're doing in community. You're awesome. And so the B.E.S.T started with Mountain Region Black Economic Success. MRBES, Mountain Region Black Economic Success, is the actual original organization, right?
Gotcha.
So we started that in 2005.
Okay.
And with the sole purpose was just to do an annual event to bring Black people together and Black supporting organizations and corporations together to discuss Black economics, right? Mm-hmm. That was the whole purpose. We had workshops. It was intended to be much more than just a luncheon. So that's what we did. We made it a day-long conference. Well, actually, it started out as 2, and we realized that was a bit much for us just starting out. So then we did that until 2018. And at that point, there was a little burnout that had set in for me. And I realized that, okay, we've been doing this all this time. What can we do differently? So I wanted to take that next year to kind of reset and rethink things and really get with the board and determine how we were going to show up next, what was going to be the next thing we were going to do that was going to be different for community. And then COVID happened.
Right.
And extended our break. And so we decided to come back after COVID with a new organization, brand new mission. Not brand new mission. The mission is still pretty much the same, but it's expanded to include programming for youth, small business, and leadership development. So those are the 3 things we're focusing on. And what I'm most excited about is, of course, the youth financial literacy program that we have called Empowering Youth Economics. We call it our I program, I Toward the Future. And so that one, we're teaching these kids everything, all the nuts and bolts about personal finance. And, so they don't make the mistakes that, I don't know about you, BJ, but, I made a few missteps along the way that cost me 7 years of bad credit, right?
Oh.
So we don't want
you learned the for real hard way.
For real hard way. And, not that my mother was great. She didn't tell me why don't go get those credit cards. Don't do it. All she said was, don't do it. I promise you, but she didn't explain to me why. And so these kids will be equipped with the knowledge to make better choices than what I and many of us have in this community. So by the time we're taking eighth graders from, eighth grade to high school graduation, we're pouring into them not just financial literacy skills, but also we're doing transformational experiences with them this year, throughout those years, actually.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, I'm really excited about the financial literacy program. In addition to, bringing the summit back in 2023, now after 2 years, we will be bringing it, expanding it to our blackout experience, which is 4 days.
Mhm.
I need to take a breath on that one because
Yeah. Right?
it's going to be so impactful, is what we are hoping for, because this one is more collaborative.
Yeah.
We're including a lot of community organizations in this, so that is not just a BEST thing, a Black Economic Success Trust thing. This is a community event that we're trying to allow have these different experiences where people can plug in wherever they can. Some people won't be able to attend until the weekend. We have events for that or activities for that. So we just want community to come
Mhm.
out for the blackout experience and really connect with other like-minded people.
Gotcha. So
Mhm.
let's talk about like the schedule essentially. So this year for this blackout experience, we're
Mhm.
starting Thursday, June
Mhm.
5th
Mhm.
with a golf tournament, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. So, okay. The reason why the golf tournament, I took some lessons last year, right?
Mm.
So, and I probably won't even play in the tournament because I'll be busy. But yeah. So we kick off with a golf tournament over at Common Ground Golf Course,
Mhm.
and we purposely chose that golf course because the director of golf operations there is an African American guy. And
Mhm.
so that's why we wanted to go to Common
The
Ground.
only one in the city, by the way.
Absolutely. He's the only one. He's only one of two in the state.
Yep.
So yeah, and he's been really helpful in working with us to bring this golf tournament there. And so it's going to be a lot of fun. That's our fun day, networking day on the course. Some people won't attend the workshops on the next day, but or the luncheon, but they can come out and enjoy the sun and the warmth of and get out there and just network on. We're going to turn those greens black that day.
Yeah. Right.
But
Exactly.
everyone is welcome. So it doesn't mean it's just not just for Black people. It's going to be majority yes, though. But
Right.
and then we have a clinic for those who don't play yet, right? So
Yeah.
um,
So
the
if you don't know
director
how
out
to
there is going to
play,
help
but
us.
you want to play, you
But
can
you want
come
to
get the
play,
clinic.
and you don't want to, and it's a four-person scramble. So even if they probably won't use your ball anyway if you're not playing that well. So it's okay. But there'll be clinics for those who just want to learn more about the game, and so
Yeah.
everybody should come out. We're gonna have a great luncheon after the game, and then we'll start again the next day with the Success Summit and Expo on June 6th at the Sheraton.
And before you move on to that,
Mhm.
also like with the golf tournament, the proceeds are also going to some nonprofit
Ah,
organizations, some youth programs, right? You want to talk about
right.
that?
Sure. So the proceeds are going to our Empowering Youth Economics program and also the Colorado Battalion Cotillion group. And so this all proceeds are going to between those two groups. So this is a charity golf event. This does not go to BEST, but it does go
It's
to
not
our
going
youth.
to fatten the pockets of Carla Ladd.
No, it's not. No, it's not. So, we're hoping to have 144 golfers out there. That's the max we can have. So let's turn up
Yeah.
for
So make sure,
Colorado Cotillion and
right?
the I program.
Yeah, to support that youth, those youth
Mhm.
programs and what they're doing, for our Black youth, right?
Mhm.
And so, I mean, you obviously, you can join as a single, but why? Bring your friends, get
Bring
out there, and
four.
you
Bring three
right?
friends with you, actually.
E- Exactly. Bring three more people with you and get a foursome, right? But there are options for doubles, for triples, and for
Mhm.
foursome. So
Mhm.
definitely like come out. as a single person if you want to, but it's a lot more fun with friends, right? So
Right, right. And we have
yeah.
lots of prizes, lots of things that we're gonna be doing on the course. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have
Oh yeah.
music, so we're gonna hit it like it's never been done before out there on the course.
Nice. And so I did put links in the chat, y'all. So the golf tournament, right to the golf tournament for registration, as well as the bestsuccesssummit.org, where you can look at all of the lineup for the entire weekend, Thursday through Sunday, for the blackout experience. So starting with the golf tournament on that Thursday, June 5th. Still looking for sponsors for that event. Still looking for people to register. I know it's not until June, but it's going to be here before you know it. We're right here in April. So hurry up and get registered. All right, get on there. And then also looking for any volunteers for not only the golf tournament, but also for the Blackout Experience weekend, the entire weekend, different parts of that. You don't have to volunteer the whole weekend. You can, but there can be different parts of that you can volunteer as well. So go ahead, go to the websites, get registered, look for volunteers, sponsor. If you have a business out there, there's a variety, like there's 30 or something different sponsorship opportunities, I think, on there. So there's room
From
for all.
$300 to $20,000.
Yeah,
It's you can jump in wherever you can and get exposure for your business through sponsorship. Yeah,
exactly. And again, people
very
who golf
reasonable.
typically got a little bit more change. So just saying, get in front of the right clientele, if you're that kind of business,
Right.
right?
That's right.
so we
That's
got
right.
the golf tournament, and then on
Mhm.
Thursday, and then Friday we're going into what you've historically done is the Economic Success Summit. Talk about that and what that's been and what that is going to be like this coming year.
Right. So that's where we have all of our workshops and all of thought leaders come together and professionals and community leaders and business owners. So um, it's going to be a good time. And this one, we do our legacy luncheon. Let me start there. We do the
Mm.
legacy luncheon where we give awards to women. This year we're going to do, and these are called the Wilma Awards, named after Wilma Webb, the
Wilma
Honorable
Webb.
Wilma Webb, yes.
Yeah.
And so we'll be giving two awards for them to two women, Sandra Young for her work at the Denver NAACP, and then Bianca Emerson for her work at Colorado Black Women for Political Action. I always mess that up. So
Yeah, they
always.
got a lot of
I'm
letters in
consistent if
there.
I'm nothing else. I'm consistent if I'm nothing else. Uh-oh. There we go.
Yeah.
My computer timed out on me. So yeah, we're gonna be doing those two awards. And then also, I'm really excited about this. Our Community First Award, we'll be honoring Ed Dwight Jr. And for those of you who don't know who he is, he's a world-renowned sculptor, but he was also the JFK's nominee to be the first Black astronaut. And for whatever reason, the powers that be did not allow that to happen. But he became the oldest person to go into space just recently
Oh
in his
wow.
90s. So we're going to be honoring him with the Community First. So I'm really excited to
Yeah.
have him there. And we're going to treat him like the king he is and just love on him. So if nothing else, come out for the luncheon and support us in honoring these three great people.
Oh, for sure. So you got
Yeah, and then I
yeah.
was gonna wait for a reveal for this, but we're gonna
Oh,
have
you can wait. I mean, but unless it's an
yeah,
exclusive.
I want to wait on the special guest that we're
Okay.
gonna be doing a fireside chat with, but she is you guys are in for a treat. This woman is dynamic, and when I say dynamic, I mean she is gonna blow us away. She already has. She's a businesswoman here. She does it, and if I say too much, you'll know who she is. So I'm not gonna get into that, but you'll start seeing some posts about her soon.
Are you sure we can't get an exclusive on the Black Friday show? Just go ahead. I'm
No,
talking about the
no,
present.
no, 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 no. I wanna wait to reveal who she's gonna be, but it's
Gotcha.
gonna be it's gonna be amazing.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
that's the luncheon, and then we have some programs in there for. So we have four different tracks at the summit. Of course, we always have had youth. So there's a youth track there for people who are interested in the financial literacy program that we have. We invite youth and their parents to the summit. So the youth attend their track, and then their parents can come for free to the rest of it. So
Oh,
we're allowing that. And then there's the nonprofit track, the small business track, and then the wealth building track. So those three tracks in themselves are going to be so powerful. They're about 45 minutes to an hour long each session. So there's three sessions within each track.
mm-hmm.
And you can go on the website right now and you'll see all that we have to offer in the Success Summit and Expo program. And also, we have vendor space available for small Black businesses to showcase their businesses at the expo.
Yeah.
And so that's all day. We've carved out some time during the entire day just for that, for the
Mm.
expo, for people to go visit the expo. And we have some great prizes and activations that people can do to really, engage with each other and with the vendors. So it's gonna be fun.
Nice, nice. So yeah, if you're a business out there, you want to get in front of, again, Black people for the most part that are going to be a part of this who could
Yeah,
buy from you, bring
yeah.
your business down there. I was going to say bring your butt, but no, bring your business.
Business down.
Bring your
And it's
business
going to
on
be a
this.
captive audience, right?
Right,
You have a captive audience of over 500 business people, leaders, and professionals who will be there ready to support Black business. So be there.
right,
Where are you going to get that?
right.
Where are you going to get that?
That's the whole goal and intention, right? Is to
That's the goal.
circulate this Black dollar amongst Black people. So here you have your audience right there. Come out. If you do hair, come on out. Bring some samples. Maybe do a couple of demonstrations there. I don't know,
Right,
right? If you do food, if you do any kind of professional services that you cater to other businesses, you're gonna have other Black businesses there. Duh.
right.
So you can network with those
Business to
who are
business, business to consumer. And so,
right,
yeah, it's going to, and then we have an early bird special going on right now. Sign up before April 15th and you're going to save $100 off the booth, the vendor table space. So you're going to save
oh, nice.
$100. It's going to be $199 if you register and pay before April 15th. So you don't have a lot of time left, but you
Right.
still have some time to get in and do that. So,
There
and it's
you
still
go.
reasonable, even if you don't get in the early bird, but I would get in on the early bird and save $100.
Right. Save
Wow.
$100, put that money towards something else,
Yeah,
and then you're there, you get to sell to other folks. I'm telling you, like anything with food is gonna go over well. So if you do food out there, make sure you get there, sell some food. I don't know, like I don't know if you could bring the food in to
I don't
sell.
think so. I think the hotel doesn't allow for that.
Right. But you could
But
be there
right,
and you can talk about the food that you sell and get people to come and buy from you later on. You see what I'm saying?
right.
There we go. But lawyers, accountants,
I love it.
all
Service
of it.
or retail, whatever, if you sell a product, definitely bring that down there and sell it.
Yeah.
It's gonna, we're giving you a captive audience. I don't know why you wouldn't.
Yeah.
I
Right.
would if I had a product to sell.
Trade, you do plumbing, garage doors,
Mhm.
whatever that is. Like, come on down. This is perfect opportunity. This is the summit for you to be at, right? This is the Black Economic Success and Trust Summit.
Yeah,
Like, we don't have no more of these. This is it. So come
this
on
is
out, showcase your Black owned business to all these people that are going to be there for the summit on that Friday, June
This is
6th.
it. This is it in the region. So it's annually. So if you don't get in now,
You got to wait
you
till
have to
next
wait till next year.
year. So don't wait. You want to
Don't
make
wait.
money today, not a year from now. So,
Mhm.
so yes, so now we got Thursday is the golf tournament. Friday is the Success Summit. What's going on Saturday?
Saturday we are doing a back in the day soiree with with
Hey,
Taylor Entertainment. Dwayne Taylor, he puts on a good party.
oh
And
yeah,
so we are partnering with him, collaborating with him to put this on. It's going to be a lot of fun. We are finalizing details, and so that'll be on the website here probably next week.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what we're planning, and it's going to be something that you don't want to miss, especially those, you may not feel like you need any more business advice or need to attend workshops, and maybe, you're not available Friday, but Saturday you are. Come network at this soiree where we're going to be, playing. It's a back in the day soiree, so we're going to be playing some old school, some 90s, 80s, 70s music. So if that's your jam, come on out.
Wasn't there a theme that was going like people had to dress a certain way
Well,
or
no, we
no?
decided against that, but we'll
Okay,
probably be in our back in the day gear. But
gotcha.
if they will just want to dress up, come on down. How we come as you are is our theme.
Okay,
Come as
gotcha.
you
I was all ready to bring that silk shirt,
bring it, bring
and the
it.
bell
I'm looking
bottoms, some
forward to
platform
that,
shoes.
BJ. Put your Afro wig
I
on.
know, put my Afro wig on. Right? Yeah,
Come on down.
right. That'd be awesome.
We
Go
wouldn't
through my
turn you away if you did. That's for sure. I
see.
might have some platforms you could borrow.
There you go. Right. Step out of that old deuce and a quarter. Uh,
Wouldn't that be fun? See?
right. Oh yeah,
But
man.
yeah, more details to come on that. And
More
then on
details.
Sunday,
Okay, and
we
so
are
that's Saturday, and then
that's Saturday
Sunday.
evening. So
Okay,
you're
that's
gonna
Saturday evening.
rest from the summit. You're gonna
Okay,
take a rest and then come out that evening for the soiree.
okay.
And then Sunday is the ladies in business brunch. And
Mm,
we're collaborating. He said, because men aren't invited. No,
no,
men are welcome to come, but this is for the ladies. So we're
for
gonna
the
have
ladies.
some programming at this brunch, but it's gonna be really nice. We're collaborating with the Colorado Black Women for Political Action. Yay, Chicago!
Yay!
We're going to be collaborating with them on this. So we're expecting about 200 women for this
Okay,
brunch. Good
yeah,
food, good mimosas, and some great networking and information is going to be shared there. So all
nice.
information will be on the website. So
So we got a whole lineup from
24.
Thursday all the way through Sunday.
Mhm.
Like this is the Blackout Experience, brought to you by Black Economic and Success Trust,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So this is going to be a time period that you probably won't sleep.
No. No, it's getting to that point where I'm up all the time trying to make sure, and I have a great board who and committee members, and looking for volunteers for those 4 days. So there's a link on the website for volunteers if
Yes.
you feel. Why does my computer keep going out? Did it
Oh,
black out on you a little
all right.
bit? Okay,
We're
good.
good on this end.
Okay,
Keep going.
but
Yeah.
yeah, it's timing out on me. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to just I get hyped up too, right? It's not just the work; it's the getting geeked up about what's coming and how I can make it better. And so in the middle of the night, I get these ideas like, yeah, let's do that. And then if I don't write it down, it's like I know I was thinking about something.
Right.
Something
Right.
came to me, so I sleep with a notepad next to my bed so that I can, because this is the time where the Lord is giving me things in the middle of
Hmm.
the night, like okay, and so that's what I do. And it's getting there, whereas I'm up all the time and wake up in the 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. You've gotten emails from me at that
Oh
time.
yeah. Like do little text messages
Like
like,
what?
oh, Carla must have been
See,
up.
I don't sleep with my phone next to my bed, so I don't think other people do that, right? But they do, and they hear those texts, and I don't get notifications for texts, or I would go mad.
Right. Oh
Uh,
yeah, for sure. No, I keep my phone away from me. Yeah.
at night, I mean, when I go to
Mhm.
bed, I keep it in another room so that I'm not disturbed by that.
Right.
But
For
so
sure.
I apologize to anybody I have emailed or texted during the night, and you that disturbed your rest. I apologize.
Hey, that's their fault. They need to move their
Move
phones.
your phone. That's my
Right.
thing. Move your
Exactly.
phone. So,
Right. Speaking of that, like, so my parents have gotten on me about that. They're like, listen, B, like you, hold up, crap, what the heck is going on? Why am I
an
getting like a
alarm.
message? Yeah, this is so random. I'm why? Who is this?
It
No
happens. It
way.
happens.
That is so weird. Anyway, don't worry about it. But my parents have told me they're like, hey, like what if something happens to us, right? And you don't have your phone near you. I'm like, listen, one, I'm not a doctor, so I don't think I can help you anyway. And then two, what you want me to wake up in the middle of the night for, you in the hospital or whatever? And now I'd have missed out on a good night's sleep. I'm sitting here in the hospital again. I can't do nothing. You're there in the bed, like, what we finna do? So, when I wake up, I'll get to my phone. I'll see, oh, something happened. Then I'm well rested. I can be prepared. And then I can come and see you in the hospital or wherever you might be.
Right, right. Yeah. Well, it's life or death for parents. So
I know.
yeah.
They're like, come on, what is something? I'm like,
Yeah, and yeah,
I'm like, we took out a
understand where
policy
they're
on it.
coming
You're
from.
good.
I get it, and especially if you have kids that are, out and about at all times of the day and night. So,
Oh yeah, well,
yeah, your
yeah.
kids are young. You're so.
Oh yeah, man. She better not be out.
Well, I mean, when she gets older, she may need dad to come to her rescue
I
for
know.
whatever reason.
At that point, then I gotta have the
You're
phone.
gonna have to pivot to putting that phone near
Right,
your
right.
ear.
Like, hey, you all right? Nope. All right, I'll be right there.
Daddy, I need you.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. We locked and loaded. Then let's go.
See?
Um, but so Carla, so we have this great Black Economic Success Trust blackout experience happening June 5th
Through the
through
eighth.
through the 8th, right?
Mhm.
So that Thursday through Sunday, it's going to be a great experience. Now, people know that this event has been going on for quite some time, like historically, right? From the past. Took a little break with COVID, everything did. Now you're back at it. But they also know you for like the Denver Black Pages and the Little Black
Mhm.
Book. Talk to us
Yeah.
about that. Like when did that kind of like start for you? Like why did you get that going? And like how has it like, evolved into what it is today?
Okay, so I started the Denver Black Pages first.
Okay.
And that was while I was, so I'm an engineer by trade, right? I don't even know if you knew that.
I didn't know
But
that.
I came here working for Lockheed Martin.
Mm.
I shouldn't have probably said that. But okay, so an aerospace company. I said
Too
it.
late.
So I came here, and after about 4 years, I was trying to figure out, like, how do I find out what's happening here in Denver a little bit ahead of time? Because you could hear it on the radio, right? I forget which station I was listening to when there still were stations.
Yeah.
But um, I would hear about something like the night before, right?
Mhm.
Or where you couldn't get good tickets for something and just didn't know what was going on. And there was nothing digitally, nothing online to point to for that, right? So I created it out of my own necessity, the denverblackpages.com,
Mm.
with the intent of really just, putting information that I found on there as far as events and stuff, and Black businesses, a few of the Black businesses um, that were of interest to me as a relatively new person here to Denver
Mhm.
or to Colorado. And so it just kind of grew from there, with making connections with people, Black business owners, people who put on events. And I had a good friend down at the DCPA who would hook us up with, tickets for promoting events down there, shows down there. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it just kind of grew from there. And then as I did that, so that was 2002. In 2005, so I had put together an advisory board.
Mhm.
I would recommend anybody do that, even if you don't want to do a full-on board, at least have an advisory board. And I needed that because I didn't know a lot of people here, even then, after starting the Denver Black Pages. So my advisory board said, okay, one thing you have to do is come from behind the computer. People need to know who you are. Well,
Mm.
as an engineer, I was perfectly fine being behind the computer
Right.
and being out front of anything. So so we started doing networking events called Strictly Biz Networking. And
Okay.
so, and at that time, there were nobody was doing networking events for small businesses,
Mm-hmm.
right? And strictly network, strictly business. That there wasn't a party, there wasn't any of that. We had programming with that. We had marketers come in and talk to us about marketing our businesses. We had discussions about, the generational gap and why we aren't doing business together, and that kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing, trust issues that we might have with, between Black businesses or Black people, period.
Right.
So we had some really good discussions during the Strictly Biz networking events. And then, of course, my advisory board, during one of our strategic planning sessions came and said, well, the next thing we're going to do is a conference. Like, who wants to do a conference?
Right. Like, wait, what?
Who wants to do that? So we did it. We got together. The first one was in Aurora.
Okay.
We went to the city of Aurora, and well, first of all, one of my advisory board members was amazing, David Thompson. He's since passed away,
Mm-hmm.
and he's the one who connected me to everybody I needed to know.
Hmm.
Right, like everybody I needed to know. He gave me the background. Like, okay, you're gonna have to kiss the ring here.
Oh
You
yeah.
had to do what I had to do, right? So, but he gave me that background of people and that I needed to connect with to be successful here, and I think we need more people like that here.
Yeah.
Where who are willing to share their network with people who need it, like me, like I did at that time, who were
Yeah.
really just had a heart for business owners, who wanted to, pull this thing together. And I had like 5 people who from community, from business, some entrepreneurs were on my board. So I really had a good, diverse group of people who were well connected in community and willing to help me get connected in community. And so
Mm.
that's where it was. So that's how started the Denver Black Pages, and that's how it evolved into MRBES. And now you know how it evolved into B.E.S.T. So
Yeah. Yeah.
actually, and I didn't even realize that this is our 20th year of doing the summit.
Wow.
Not consistently, since we
But
took
still.
that break, but it's 20 years ago is when we started in
Wow.
2005.
Wow. That's awesome.
Oh, getting up
Wow.
there.
20
I
years.
was a young tenderoni when I started that. And I'm dating myself by saying tenderoni, aren't
Hey, good old Bobby Brown. We know.
I?
Shoot, I date myself too. It's all right.
See,
Hey,
well, yeah. Can't help it now. Look, I'm at that age where who cares?
right? Who cares? And it was such a good time. Oh my
It was,
god.
yeah, Bobby Brown.
Oh yeah. I would definitely.
Anywho, but yeah, that's where it all came from. And I have a great board now. I don't know if you want people to know that you are on my
Oh
board.
yeah, I tell them all the time. I'm on the board of the Black Information Success Trust.
He is on
Yeah,
the
y'all
board,
know what
and I
time
mean,
it is.
he's been getting the work in. You are a valuable board member to me and
Thank you.
valuable friend. I appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate you too. I appreciate you, providing me with the opportunity to just share with you all the ideas that I come up with, and whether
Yeah.
we move forward with some or not or whatever. But
Like, hold on, BJ, pull the reins on that one.
right,
I'm
right.
not ready for that yet, but let's get
Most
that other
things
one
just
done
ain't.
first and then move on.
Right? It's like I got it, it's there in my head and I just got to get it out. And I'm like, here,
No,
just
I
you take
appreciate that.
it.
No, I love you for that. You have been great. And, I think that's what we need from each other, more of
Mhm.
that kind of camaraderie
Yeah.
where we care about each other's success. We
Mhm.
have to have that. And that's part of the reason why this event was intended to be collaborative,
Yeah.
right? Not just about me, not just about B.E.S.T, but about community and bringing us together in a way that's impactful for us. And hold on, of course, we got you got folk coming in the house. But anyway, I'll try to talk over that. But yeah, it's just important for us, especially during this administration. I feel there's a sense of urgency now for us to really think about and come up with ways and be inventive about working together. You know what I mean? We don't have to always compete. That's a good thing. That's not a bad thing, competing. But now I think is a time to collaborate versus compete.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I can support a business by, and that's what this whole summit is about. It's not about me making money, because trust, we ain't making no
Right.
whole bunch of money. But
You don't
it's
want to lose none
about
either, though.
it's about using our resources to support others in their business journey or their professional journey.
Yeah.
And so if I can do that, if I've helped one, hey, then my life has been worth living to me.
Yeah.
And we should have that attitude of, it's not about me, it's about the collective sometimes. You know, I know we all have to eat. I get that.
Right.
But let's think about how we can come together and we all eat.
Right. Yeah. How much more would it be for us to like go out there and work the harvest together? Right.
Well, and it makes it easier when we're
Yeah.
working together versus, you know, plowing that row
Right.
alone,
By
you know?
yourself. Right. Like, no, I got mine. None of you
Right,
like, no, let's all get out there. Let's work
right.
together. You
And
know?
we have such an economic impact when we work together. You
Exactly.
know, we really do. If we were to just converge on one business here,
Mm-hmm.
all of us just support this one business, how
Right.
far would they go, that business go, with just a little bit of support from us?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Come bring your business. We're going to bring some folks down there to support you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to learn a lot. The vendors are allowed to attend the sessions. So,
Right.
well, and it's 2 people per vendor table. So if you want to attend a session, you have your partner, man the table while you attend a session. So
Right.
it's going to be great. It's well worth it. I promise you.
Yeah, it's gonna be worth it. And I love
Mm-hmm.
how you said, if we as Black people just focused on one business, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the economic impact. I did this, I don't know, it was probably a month ago on the Black Friday show where I was talking about specifically if we would just divert the money that we spend on meat, right? Because there's two Black farmers, there's two Black ranchers,
Mm-hmm.
right? You got Freedom Acres Ranch down there in Yoder, which is near Colorado Springs, and then you have Wild Boy Farm, which is in
Mm-hmm.
Matheson, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they both raise meat. So we were talking cows, chickens, pigs, goats, lambs, I think.
We love our bacon, so.
Right, exactly, right? And those of you who don't eat bacon, you still get you some cow,
Oh,
okay?
right.
Right? So, because I know we got our Muslim folk out there
I
who,
know, but you had me at bacon.
I know, right? Hey, the bacon is fire. Oh, and the blueberry
It really
breakfast
was.
sausage from Wild Boy. Oh my gosh, it's so delicious.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, I did the rough math, right? Like here live, and it was something like $130 million just in Colorado, just for meat, right? $130 million annually that could go between both of those farms.
Mm-hmm.
That's the just from our meat purchases,
Yeah.
nothing else, not cars, not veggies, not cell phones, not shoes, just buying meat here in Colorado, the Black population only,
Mm-hmm.
diverting our money to just buy from those two sources. They could split
Mm-hmm.
$130 million annually, right?
Yeah.
665 million goes to them instead of King Supers or Costco or whatever. And then
Right.
and then Terrence at Wild Boy Farm, he was chatting with us. He was like, "Yeah, I give most of my money back to the community as it is right now, so I give it most of it back anyway." So
Mm-hmm.
that's 65 million. Not only does it go to support him and his farm, right? If we were split it evenly, whatever. But goes to support him and his farm so that he can expand. He could sell more here. He could sell more to other ethnic groups. He could sell more out of the
Employ more people.
exactly employ more people. That's more
Work for
taxpayers,
Black people.
more
Yeah.
more families that are able to have a living. But then he's
Mm-hmm.
going to donate most of his profits back to the Black community anyway, which goes back to helping support things like Black Economic Success Trust and the I program for these
Mm-hmm.
kids, right? Cara Botillion Cotillion, Star Girls Empowerment that's out there,
All of it.
the
Yeah.
Crowley Foundation, the Aya Foundation, which is the Black foundation here in Colorado, like all these other things that he would donate back to help support the continuation of Black success, economic success, right? And that's just one thing. So I love how you brought that up, where it's like, yeah, if we were to just even focus on one area,
Yeah.
if we did nothing else and just focus in on just that one area, wow, right? And then let's go beyond just that one area. Now let's start. All right, we only buy our cars from here, or we only buy our beds from, like, so cars would be like Gojo Auto. That's the only automotive dealer that I know of that's Black owned. Do you know of any others? Because I only know of Gojo.
That's the only one I know of.
See,
The
so
only one I know of, and she's who I send folks to who are looking for used cars. So, we just have to be intentional. Intention is the word. That's the key word today. Let's be intentional about
the word for today is intentional.
The word for the day is intentional. If we just, and maybe that's something we can put together, call for, okay, this week's business that we are supporting is this. Right?
Yeah.
And we have a commitment from that business to, report back the numbers, the increase in numbers or whatever, and what they are going to do to support, the Black community.
Yeah.
But I think we could do that every week. Just support, everybody converge on this one business and we support that business. I wonder what we could do.
It's funny you brought that up. I've actually been thinking of this idea. I'm gonna give you one more idea, Carla.
His idea.
One more idea. Is I was literally thinking of how I could do a 52-week plan to go and support one Black-owned business, like all throughout the year. So 52 different Black businesses, right? So hey, I need a dentist. I already have a Black dentist. Shout out Gateway Park Dental, Dr. Josh Zenin, Black dentist out there in Gateway Park, Peoria, or not Peoria. What is that? Tower and 70 over there by that.
You should have told me about him so I could get him in a little Black book. I forgot.
I'm telling you about him right now. There you go. Yep. He's right across from another Black dentist, Andre Gillespie of Little Teeth Dentistry, who also has a second location out here in South.
Little Teeth is Black owned.
Andre Gillespie. Yep, Black owned as well. So there's two dentists, and then there's another dentist, Glenn Smile Center. I think it's off of 225 in Yale-ish in Aurora as well. So there's three dentists, right? Little Teeth is for kids. So
and Smoky Hill Dental.
Oh, Smoky Hill Dental. Oh, Black woman. Oh, sweet. Black woman
dentist, yeah.
There's four for us now, right? So we got four Black
we like to take care of our teeth.
Right?
Look, I'm well invested into my smile.
Oh, see? Now, what we don't have is we don't have a Black orthodontist to do like braces and that kind of stuff. We need one of those. So if anybody wants to like fill that
gap, one. There may be one out there. Let us know.
I've asked the dentists around and they don't know of a Black-owned one here. Right? There might be Black people that work at an orthodontist, but not at a specific Black Black-owned orthodontist. Right. Anyway.
Well, and beauty supply. There's a Black beauty supply.
Beauty supply.
There's a couple of them.
Yeah.
But hey, we all take care of our hair and skin and all that good stuff. Yeah. And so let's, for 1 week, do stuff from a Black-owned. Person. So I think this is very doable. We're not asking you to buy something you wouldn't normally buy. Just buy
insurance. If your car insurance, now we don't own insurance companies, but there are insurance agents that own, like they might have a State Farm franchise or a Farmers franchise. Shout out to Lonnie Green.
Be a broker who works with all of them.
Right? Exactly.
Several different companies, mortgage companies too, mortgage brokers.
All of that.
Yeah, all of it.
Pivot.
Just
pivot
be
away.
Intentional about buying Black. So let's put that together, BJ.
Yeah, 52-week intentional plan of buying Black. I love it.
Yeah, starting with the summit, we're gonna do that. We're gonna that.
Let's do it.
I like
it. He's like, I was thinking, I was like, I'll film it so that like every time I'm engaging. Like, I go like do like a Facebook Live or something like, hey, I'm here, guys. Here's my phone.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm here. I'm doing this. This is the Black business. Blah 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 blah.
Love it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
See? Now I don't need a new bed yet, but when I do, the Better Mattress. Randy and Linda Davis. They have 3 locations. I think they're working on a 4th.
Okay.
Right. I've suggested like Green Valley or Aurora area for them next. And I was told like stay tuned. So I don't know if that means something's coming or, they wanted to brush me off and say, hey, just I don't know. Randy, I'm not putting words in your mouth. I'm just
Oh,
saying.
way cool though. No,
Right.
we need that. And that's, for the Little Black Book, that's the intent of the Little Black Book. So you have a little small resource guide that you can throw in your glove box and say, hey, I'm in the, and it's also digitally, it's on the website too, denverblackpages.com. But, that use that stuff and send us, information about Black businesses that are not in there. If you know of a Black business that's not in there, let us know.
Do you have Jordan's Barbershop in there?
I think so. I used to.
I was going to say, Jordan's got like his 7th location he's opening now.
Yeah, he was in Walmart's or something at one time.
He's in a bunch of the Walmarts. Yeah, so he's got the one. He's got the standalone that's on I Live in 225, right? Mm-hmm. He's got one out there in Highlands Ranch. He's got one over there off of Chambers and Parker. Mm-hmm. He's got another one in Southlands. We're up to 4.
And he had a van, right? That he.
I think he had a van. Yeah, I don't know if he's still doing
cut.
Yeah, I don't know if he's still doing that or not. But
it was the coolest thing. I saw pictures of it. I was like, man,
see, cool. Yeah. So he's got the one in Southlands. He's got the one over there, Gateway Park as well. So like Tower. Then he's got one that he just opened in Parker. So there's 6. And then number 7 is opening in Castle Rock.
Okay.
And I'm like, he's just got to open one in Colorado Springs, and then he's got like the whole Front Range, and then maybe one up in Fort Collins or something. I don't know.
Right. Does he have one older yet?
He's not there yet. So, but he's at least got those 7, right? And I think he's got like 2 locations in Dallas or something like that too.
Wow.
So I'm like, Jordan's doing it, but hey, if people who are looking for barbershops, you go support Jordan's Barbershop. And I know we got a ton of Black barbers out there. I'm just saying, Jordan's got like 7 freaking locations, so he's doing something.
Right. And why not support him and others? I think we know where to go for hair and for hair. Most of us won't use anybody else but a Black stylist or barber. So
right.
Kind of have that.
Exactly. Well, I'm gonna shout this plug out there, ladies who do hair. Now in the Carla Black owned operated Facebook group that everybody's talking about. Oh, I got scammed. This happened. Blah blah blah. Because y'all going for those $40, like hairstyles. And you trying to save like, some change. And I get it. I understand. But then you're losing money because you're not going to a reputable person. So those who are reputable get listed in the Little Black Book, the Denver Black Pages. Okay, right? Get listed there so that people can find you a lot easier. And therefore, it's going to lend to your credibility if you're in there, right? And you're going to get more business. So it's completely worth the investment for you as a business owner and to help support those women who are out here looking for your services, right?
Right. Well, and people who are moving here,
they don't know
every day. So, and they're looking for, reputable folks to do their hair and nails and all that good stuff. We're looking for the services that we have to have. And you really need a good stylist here, as dry as this climate is here. Right. I know I'm speaking from experience because I had to cut all my hair off when I got here because I just didn't know what to do, and I didn't have nobody could point me to a reputable stylist. So I learned the hard way, so call and ask about their experience. We have some in the Little Black Book. And if you're not in the Little Black Book, again, it comes up every year. So you missed it for the print version, but you can always get in on the digital version. Get in on Denver Black Pages. People are always looking on that site for services.
There we go. Yeah, you got to get listed. You got to be on there. You got to look, right? And then even when it's coming around for like distribution with like the physical copies, there's like businesses can get signed up with you to be like a distribution point too, right? To where
Yep.
people can come.
People are always looking for the little black book. And so we have different distribution points throughout the state, but mostly in the metro area.
Yeah.
So if you go on the sites, you'll see where we have a listing of where we're placing the little black book. We put them out probably every other month.
Mm.
So they do go fast. We don't put out a ton at one time at each location, but we put out about 25, 26 copies, maybe 50, and then maybe even 100 and something, depending on, how fast they go at these locations. So we do kind of track that. But if you want some little black books, let us know. We'll deliver some to you.
See, there you go. So you can get some, and like, hey, tell your favorite beauty supply or restaurant or wherever, like, hey, you need to get some of those in because I need to send them out to my friends and family and so on.
Right,
Because
right.
I'm tired of y'all calling me and saying, BJ, meet me and give me a book. And I'm like, look, is you paying for my gas? Because gas ain't cheap.
That's me. I've turned into a distribution center myself. So yeah, but no, I have someone distributing the books throughout. So
Nice,
yeah,
nice.
you should be able
Hey,
to find them
now you
on
know
the
what we do
website.
need, Carla?
Hmm?
We need a breakfast restaurant. We had Intersections for a little while,
I
but
know.
now there's no black-owned breakfast restaurant.
I want to say Mississippi Boy Catfish and Ribs said they're going to be opening for breakfast soon.
Are they?
Maybe that was lunch. I don't know. I
Mm.
don't know.
Oh wait, no. Let me take that back. Mimosas, unless they're not black-owned anymore.
I don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
what's going on in mimosas.
there's been a lot of stuff that's
Yeah,
happened.
that's true. There aren't any black breakfast places.
Yeah,
Intersections was hopping too.
right.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
know COVID kind of like didn't help that with them. So
Um,
I know, and I'm not saying that that's what took them out, but I do know like that was hard for a lot of
yeah,
business.
a lot of businesses closed and are still closing from the effects of COVID. Like
Right.
they just couldn't recover.
Yeah.
So
But
downtown was
oh yeah, downtown.
hit hard.
Wow.
Not that we had a lot of businesses down there anyway, but hit pretty hard.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, hey, maybe we can get Welton Street to open for breakfast. I don't know.
Maybe.
Fatima, for theme, let's do breakfast at Welton Street. Come on, y'all. Or
Easy. Let's do breakfast.
right, or maybe we can get Chef D because Chef D's out at the airport. I will say like he does breakfast
Mm.
out at the airport, but I'm like I'm not. I can't get into the airport unless I got a
Mhm.
ticket. So
Right, and that's a little ways to go for breakfast.
right. So I'm like, if Chef D would like open up another restaurant outside of the airport, like
Yeah,
breakfast, I like Chef D. Um, I'm just trying to eat for real. Like, and I'm
right.
hungry
Not
right
cook
now.
and not cook. That's me.
Shoot. But yes, I think yes, we should do that like a year long 52 week. Like let's do this.
Yeah, well,
Black,
let's see if people would support it. Put in the
yep,
comments if you would support this.
let's do that.
It'd be amazing.
Would would y'all, let's do it live. Would y'all support a 52-week
Let's call it the
in,
blackout. That's
right
the
in intentional support of black owned businesses?
look at you.
Boom. There it is. And then y'all go ahead and throw it in the chat. I might even do a poll, like a for real poll in
Yeah,
the black
do
black
that.
owned
I'll
group.
share that poll on my social posts as well.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool. Because yeah, if we can get some support and y'all want to do that and sign, maybe we have you sign the pledge, like so to speak. I
yeah,
pledge
love it, love
to
it.
also do this, and it doesn't have to be the same. Like if we're going to, when I got my dentist appointment, my next one, I think it's in August. When I go there, that's gonna be like the dentist thing. So you don't have to have your dentist appointment there on the same
Right,
week that I'm there, right?
right.
So
Or a different black dentist.
right, exactly. Different black business. Like we can just
Dentistry.
highlight that. Y'all
Mhm.
go like we'll post out a list and say, hey, look, here's the different things that you can start going to, and then maybe I don't even shoot, I don't know, maybe how to track it. Say like, hey, these people went to this this one this week, and they went to this one. Like, I don't know if they could, if they have to write in, or I don't know. However, we'll figure that out.
Yeah, like we went to see the Wiz, so I'm on this with this week's like the color is gold. This
Right.
week is this business, and put in the comments if you
Yeah.
supported that business this week.
Right. Right. Exactly. And then we could show, like, look, we can support. We can, buy black. We
Mhm.
can uplift our economic position, because at the end of the day, the whatever your political stance is, however you view what this like presidential administration is doing versus the last one versus the next one, whatever that is, at the end of the day, you're still black in America. All right. And let's be real. We have to support one another, because everybody else is supporting themselves and taking from us.
Amen.
Right. And we've been given to everybody else, and we have not been keeping for ourselves. I liken it, if like, to something more relatable, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're sitting here as my family and my household, but every time I get paid, I give my money to my neighbor,
Right.
who
Right.
already is getting paid, and they have their own stuff.
Right.
But I'm giving mine away, and they're taking everything from me. My kids are eating biscuits, or Ritz crackers, and their kids are eating, turkeys and steaks and
Mhm.
all that good stuff.
It's
Why
true.
why would we do that?
Well, why would we continue to do
Right.
it?
Why would we continue to do that? It
I
doesn't
mean,
make
now
sense.
is the time, right? If there's ever been a time for us to be the change we want to see, is now.
Yeah.
Or be the help we need. We're the help we need.
Yeah.
We have to detach from being so dependent on others for everything. You know
Everything.
what I mean? Everything. Grants are going away. And that means support for some of our nonprofits is going away.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to throw in some nonprofits to support in there too,
Yeah.
in that 52-week blackout.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I mean,
So,
that's a you need a tax write-off. Perfect opportunity to give money to, like, the IF Foundation, who again is a foundation for the Black people, so that they could give out money and do, like, these economic things. Like, let's go. Come on,
let's
y'all. Be
do
intentional.
it. And so, yeah, let's work on that for the summit,
I
having
love
this
it.
list together where we hand that out,
Yeah.
or send it to folks during the summit and after, and let's get it.
Yeah.
I think we can do this. We
Oh,
can
yeah.
do this.
We can
Right.
do this.
Let's be a model for other states.
Right.
Let's
Exactly.
be a model for them.
Because if it can happen here, it can happen
Anywhere.
That's real, because there's only 4% of us in the entire state. So if it can
Right.
really happen here, it can happen anywhere.
But we have some intentional Black folk here.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And if not now, when? And if not you, who?
Right. And I was talking to someone the other day about how people are jumping off out of windows because of all that's going on with Trump, and I'm like, we're used to this.
Right.
We're built for this.
Right.
You
This
know
is just
what I
another
mean?
Thursday.
Like, he's not ultimately in control anyway.
No,
So,
not at all.
or
But yeah,
Elon.
white people starting to feel like Black people now,
Yeah,
and they don't like it.
a little bit.
They're like, wait, what?
Wait a minute, what?
And we're like, yeah, we live that every day. And they're like, no, I can't take it. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, they seem to think that, well, the welfare system was set up for us. Like, okay,
yeah,
you're gonna learn.
right.
You're gonna learn. If it was set up for us, it would have ceased to exist a long time ago.
Serious, real talk. Wild Boy Farm says good morning. Good morning, Wild Boy Farm. We love you. We love all that you're doing. Keep feeding us. Right.
Bacon.
Right. Bacon. Have you purchased from him yet?
I have.
You have? See, that's what I'm talking. Terrence,
Well, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about.
If you can be at the summit, I don't know if you can bring some coolers or something like that, blueberry sausage.
Just take orders.
Take orders. Right. Like take orders.
Like have some sausage samples, maybe.
Right, some sausage samples, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just
figure it out.
That in. Take some orders. Like, it'll be all. I mean, I'm gonna order. I'm gonna order, right? But you just You gotta be there, bro. You and Courtney and Nicole Mallory from Freedom Makers, y'all should just be there, hanging out. I mean, even pitching to these black-owned restaurants. Think about that. The black-owned restaurants should be buying their meat, or food service providers buying their meat from YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Like why go to Costco? I mean, I get it. I understand Costco has unlimited buying power, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yes, they can get bacon for, $1, and Terrence's bacon might be $1.10. Spend the extra
Mm-hmm.
10 cents, man, and support Black.
Well, yeah, and I'm sure they will work hard to make it as convenient as possible for restaurant owners. So,
Right,
because
exactly.
I know, having space to store a lot is an issue too sometimes. So,
Yeah,
I'm sure they'll work it out.
yeah, they'll work it out.
Let's give it a shot. Let's be intentional. That's
Let's
all we're
be
saying. Be
intentional,
intentional about supporting Black,
right?
whatever that looks like.
Whatever that looks like. I love it. Well, hey, one last shout out for Executive Director Carla Ladd of the Black Economic Success Trust. Thank you for joining us today. She does have all these great things going on for the Black Economic Success Trust Blackout Experience. So got the websites in the chat. So bestsuccesssummit.org. That's where you can go to see the whole overview of the weekend from June 5th through June 8th. And then I also threw in the golf tournament link on June 5th. So you can go there, you can register, you can volunteer, you can sponsor. If you're a Black-owned business, you could be sponsoring at that event or any of these particular events that are going on throughout the entire experience weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure you get out there in front of your target audience, right? These Black folks that are right there, that you can sell to, that you can get your brand out to. I am a marketing guy, so the more that you can market, the more that people know. So this. All right, I'm going to teach y'all real quick. This is what you have to do psychologically, okay? It's called consideration set. People can hold 3 things within their consideration set when they're going to buy, all right? So it is your job to get into that consideration set. So if they're thinking about buying food, like let's say bacon, they should think Freedom Makers Ranch, they should think Wild Boyd Farm, and then they should think Freedom Makers Ranch and Wild Boyd Farm, right? That should be like how you get to that consideration set. Like King Super shouldn't be there, Costco shouldn't be there, Walmart, whatever. None of those should be in that consideration set. Or if I'm thinking I gotta buy, a mattress, it's got to be the better mattress at their Colorado location, Colorado Boulevard location. It's got to be the better mattress at their Arvada location. It's got to be the better mattress at their Lone Tree location. We're not thinking about any of those other mattress spots. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's the key of marketing. And the more exposure that you have by being a sponsor at an event like the Black Economic Success Trust Blackout Experience, any one of those or all of them, right? All 4 days, right?
Mm-hmm.
Being a sponsor there, being a sponsor for these other organizations that have their events, their galas, that kind of thing within your target market. Now all of a sudden it's like, oh, I've seen them before. I've seen them before. I've seen them before. It's time to buy. It's that one that I've seen. See what I'm saying? Like that's the pro tip. There's the marketing strategy. That's how you work this thing. All right, businesses. All right. I love y'all. It's been a blast, Carla. Make sure y'all get signed up to register for that golf tournament. Y'all want to go play some golf, you know what I'm saying? Get and win the prizes. So let's do that. Let's show up. Let's be intentional about supporting Black. It's the Black Friday show, y'all. I love y'all. Peace.
Thanks, BJ.